if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and like the video, because I do appreciate that. I hate to say it, but Andy Ruiz Jr. has become a diva overnight, it seems. It seems that overnight he's become a diva. Why is it whenever a person gets a lot of money, all of a sudden they change? They change. Now it's no longer I'll fight you anywhere. I don't care where the venue is. I don't care what kind of gloves you have. I don't care if your uncle's the referee. I don't care. I'll fight you because I know I could beat you. Why does it go from that to you're going to fight where I want you to fight, and I'm going to get as much money as I'm asking for, and if I don't get the money I'm asking for, I'm not going to fight you? Why is that? Andy Ruiz has become Deontay Wilder. He has become Deontay Wilder. At least Andy Ruiz fought Joshua. But again, he only fought him because at the time, it would have been stupid of him not to fight Joshua. Because who the fuck turns down a $6 million payday to fight Anthony Joshua? And an opportunity to win 3 belts? Who? Oh, wait. That's right. Luis Ortiz. But anybody with a brain would not turn that down. So, of course, Andy Ruiz would have accepted the fight the first time. But ever since he became a champion, now nothing's ever good enough for Andy Ruiz. All right, I understood why he didn't want the fight to happen in the UK. I get it, and I was not, I was not mad at Andy Ruiz when he came out and said I don't want to fight in the UK. I understand why he didn't want to fight there because, of course, he wouldn't have no advantages over there. Everybody would want Joshua to win, right? Everybody would want him to win. Everybody would be cheering him on over there in the UK. Okay? Maybe Eddie Hearn would have been slipping the referee or the judges some extra money to make sure Andy Ruiz lost. Or to make sure that Anthony Joshua got all the benefits, right? Maybe Eddie Hearn would have slipped the referee some money and told him, hey, bro, whenever Andy Ruiz gets close to Anthony Joshua, break them up. Don't let him fight in the inside. Remember how you did against. Remember how you did when Joseph Parker fought him? Separate them, motherfucker. Maybe something dodgy like that would have happened, and that's why Andy Ruiz was like, "No, I'm not going to the UK," and I understood that. I got it. I get it. He wanted it to be a neutral place because he didn't like the disadvantage he had going over there to the UK. So when I heard Saudi Arabia, I was happy about that. I was like, okay, that's cool because that's a neutral place. Andy Ruiz is not from there, but also Anthony Joshua is not from there, right? So it's nice that, and plus, big fights have never happened there. So it was a nice look for boxing. Although people criticize Saudi Arabia as a location for this heavyweight bout, it still was nice to see a big fight happen someplace like Saudi Arabia, right? But then Andy Ruiz comes out and says, no, I'm going to dictate this fight. Everything's going to happen under my terms, and I want to bring the fight to the U.S. So nothing seems to be good enough for Andy Ruiz. He's becoming a diva. No UK fight. That's understandable. I got that. But now to say no to Saudi Arabia, why? Why does he want to fight in Saudi Arabia? What's wrong with Saudi Arabia? What's wrong? He says that I heard that he said that he has no advantages there, There's no but Anthony Joshua has no advantages there. He's not from Saudi Arabia. Or have I been misinformed? Was he born in Saudi Arabia or something? So he doesn't have no advantages. When Anthony Joshua fought in the United States, he had no advantages. Okay? He had no advantages. He was fighting in a place that he never fought before, right? So if he was able to do that, and he went over there willingly, right? Nobody forced Anthony Joshua to fight in the U.S. No one forced him. No one could really force Anthony Joshua to fight anywhere he doesn't want to fight. He could have just spent his, he could have just bring you, Andy Ruiz, to the UK. He could have done that, but he chose to go to over there. So if Anthony Joshua was willing to go there, what is the big deal of, he was willing to go to Andy Ruiz's backyard of the US. Why is it a big deal for Andy Ruiz? Why can't he go to Saudi Arabia when that's not even Anthony Joshua's backyard? I feel like Andy Ruiz, ever since he became a champion, I feel like now he's trying to do what Deontay Wilder did, right? He's trying to be a Deontay Wilder 2.0. I mean, remember, Deontay Wilder never even fought Anthony Joshua, but because he had the WBC belt, he felt he was worth a $100 million payday, right? Think about that. Deontay Wilder was the WBC champion, right? And he felt that he deserved a $100 million payday against Anthony Joshua. And that's why he went out and said, I'm going to get exactly what I want to get against Anthony Joshua, or the fight is not going to happen. The fight was never going to happen if Deontay Wilder refused to fight Anthony Joshua in the UK. He wanted Anthony Joshua to come to the US. He also wanted $100 million. Yes, he said $100 million to fight Anthony Joshua. So he had, him being a champion, the WBC champion, made him believe that he was worth this much, right? Or that he could demand this much. So now it's like these things are like passing over to Andy Ruiz's head. Maybe Andy Ruiz was paying close attention to Deontay Wilder's negotiation tactics. Oh, look, Deontay Wilder turned down $100 million to fight Anthony Joshua earlier this year when the Zone offered him a 3-fight deal to fight Dominic Breazeale in 2 back-to-back fights with Anthony Joshua. So you know what? And Deontay Wilder is just a WBC champion. So maybe he thought to himself, oh, you know what? I could do the same thing. Maybe this is what Andy Ruiz is thinking to himself. I could do the same thing. I could get away with the same thing that Deontay Wilder was trying to get away with. I beat Anthony Joshua. I got the belts. Maybe he wants to try. That's what I'm saying. He's trying to milk it as much as he can. All right. Fighters change when they get money. Look at Keith Thurman. When Keith Thurman was a up and coming boxer, he was calling everybody out. I'll fight you, Pacquiao. I'll fight you. He even called out Paulie Malignaggi. Yeah. He said he wanted everybody. The minute he started making some money, everything changed. It's all about the big fights. Errol Spence who? Terrence Crawford who? He don't want to challenge himself. It's only the big fights. Mayweather-Pacquiao. Rematches with guys he already fought. Fighters change when they get money, man. Maybe it's a good thing being broke.